A Souls-like is a subgenre of action role-playing games known for high levels of difficulty and emphasis on environmental storytelling, typically in a dark fantasy setting. Despite being a relatively new subgenre when compared to its more established counterparts, the Souls-like genre is fast becoming one of the most heavily populated sections of the video game industry. So today, I'll talk about the new upcoming Souls-like games coming out in 2024. Hopefully, you'll enjoy the list of mesmerizing games. Black meets Wukong, the incredibly sleek reinvention of China's classic journey to the West story that based on the hugely excited audience reaction. Maybe the most important Souls-like so far. The game is built on Unreal Engine 5, and the graphics are out of this world. Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, has amazing graphics, and the premise of the game is almost like God of War, but with a Dark Souls game. You'll have to battle your way through the gods and their armies, and the game has fluid, seamless gameplay while looking a lot like Steel Rising. Shadow of the Erdtree is the first story expansion of the 2022 masterpiece, Elden Ring. This time, players get to visit entirely new regions and experience a previously unknown story. The expansion adds new bosses, gear, and weapons.
Thy kind are all of a piece. Pillagers, emboldened by the flame of ambition. Champions, welcome! A celebration of war! Festival!
Daba, Land of Water Scar, is a Souls-like action RPG by Darkstar, the developers of Sinner: Sacrifice for Redemption. We play as a humanoid clay doll, traversing a dark world, trying to bring it salvation. Witches of the New World is an action-adventure game with RPG and Souls-like elements. This game is set in a fantasy version of 17th century Salem, where a professional witch hunter, Jedediah Hopkins, must put an end to a hellish cult and its army of monsters.
The Worsers buried a woman colored in hell to win me soon to hell. My female evil tempted my better angel from my side and would corrupt my saint to be a devil, wooing his purity with her foul pride. And whether that my angel returned to suspect I may yet not directly tell. Be both from you both to each friend. I guess one angel in another hell in another scale. Yet this shall I ne'er know, but I leave it out till my bad angel fired my good one out.
Project M will be a game that is like Dark Souls, but with many bigger and better aspects to it, mainly thanks to Unreal Engine 5. You'll be facing a plethora of enemies while being able to do much more mechanics and slashes and actually see a whole lot of pieces flying off your enemies. Mint Rocket, a subsidiary of Nexon, has released a tech demo of their new project, Project V. The video was created to showcase the new technologies and implementation of graphics in Unreal Engine 5. Even though this is a tech demo, it can be assumed that there is an actual action game development behind it. Previously, Nexon recruited people to develop a 3D action Souls-like RPG set in medieval Korea for PC and consoles. Phantom Blade Zero, a new action RPG featuring deep and dark art style, fast-paced combat, and a fictitious world blending Chinese martial arts and steampunk. Be the Dark Raider, exiled by the Order, embark on the path of vengeance, and uncover the darkest secrets of Wulin.
Only a dead person can keep a secret.
Going where? This damned place! You're suicidal!
One last toast. And we're all done.
Dragon's Dogma 2 is an upcoming open-world dungeon-crawling Souls-like RPGs that challenges the players to choose their own experience. From the appearance of their horizon, their vocation, their party, how to approach different situations, and more in a truly immersive fantasy world.
And support spells that bolster your party with various enchantments to give allies an advantage in battle. The more advanced and powerful the magic is, the longer the incantation will take. In addition to the pawns you adventure with, you will occasionally act with other inhabitants of the world.
What's this? We're trapped.
Lastly, let's take a look at the thief. As a thief, you use daggers to strike at your enemies, relying on agility and quick attacks. Use Swift Step to quickly move away from enemies after an attack. The key strategy for the thief against massive monsters is to find openings and cling onto the enemy to deal damage.
Arad Chronicle Kazan is a new Souls-like action RPG game from developer Neopol. Is a complete adventure game that takes you on an exciting journey through the world of Kazan.
친구야, 나는 우리를 버린 자들에게 진정한 절망이 무엇인지 보여주려 하네. 우리가 지켜낸 세상이니 파괴할 권리도 있지 않겠는가? 자네의 선택을 기다리네.
Feng Qi Luo Yang is a new single-player martial arts Souls-like action RPGs developed by Keyframe Studio. Blight Survival is a Souls-like medieval cooperative extraction light, pitting you and up to 3 other players against mortals and monsters in a desperate attempt to reach and destroy the source of the Blight, a deadly affliction that plagues the land.
Alright, I'm looking.
What did I say then, mate?
Good for the paint.
That's it. That painted armor. Bloody savages, didn't I say?
Yeah, you said it, Granger.
Get off him. What, you think he's got blight?
Sometimes it's harder to spot, yeah? Gets in your veins first, clogs up your brain.
They're infected before you know it.
He's dead.
Poor bastard reeks. Probably dead for days.
You're new to this. It only gets worse after they're dead.
Makes you almost sorry for him.
My ass doesn't feel too sorry. Keep looking.
New Eden is full
Banishers, Ghost of New Eden, is an action RPG that allows you to take on the role of a ghost hunter and a companion ghost. The gameplay focuses on arcade combat and using the unique abilities of the pair of heroes, both during skirmishes and exploration.
Thanks to Red's rifle, sword, and Firebane. Alongside Antaea's ethereal attacks, unleash devastating spiritual abilities from teleportation to spectral damage zones. Upgrade your arsenal.
Time for me to shine. I'm going to need a hand here.
As you face increasingly malicious foes.
A Death Stranding and Souls-like hybrid to set it apart from typical Souls-like visuals. Hell is Us proudly declares its lack of map, compass, and quest markers, instead focusing on a captivating natural setting with non-linear storytelling tailored for exploration.
Ecstasy of revenge. Terror while I feel.
Soulframe is a free-to-play MMO game set in an open-world fantasy world. The gameplay revolves around exploration, character development, and combat using a heavily arcade-based skirmish system.
You seek a pact with these wretched beasts? Fine. Let your fates be intertwined. Sleeps cold that unfold. The ode, fire in every heart. Stay.
Enotria, The Last Song, is an action RPG Souls-like set in a fantasy world based on Italian folklore and culture. It aims to take the genre in a new direction with a vibrant and sunlit world based on Italian summer and gameplay based on changing between two states, allowing you to alter the world and enemies around you in systemic ways.
Our chainable parries allow you to adopt a push forward and aggressive playstyle, something that we fully encourage. Enemy design has also benefited from the integration of motion capture in our pipeline, expanded AI behaviors, and a little bit of weirdness to spice things up. Our arsenal of weapons has been expanded with additional movesets, from swift sabers to my own personal favorite, colossal weapons. Now, it wouldn't be an Unreal Engine 5 video without the obligatory Nanite and Lumen mention. The adoption of new pipelines allowed us to take full advantage of this amazing new technology and punch way above our weight, given our team size.
Nazralath: The Fallen World is a story-driven, dark fantasy game inspired by the works of Zdzislaw Beksinski, focusing on compelling narrative and exploration through a rich, strong sense of atmosphere. Wuchang Fallen Feathers is an upcoming Souls-like action RPG from Chinese indie studio Lindsay Games. It takes place in Imperial China in the final years of the Ming Dynasty, where you have to fight against mysterious forces and find the truth. A Beast World is a third-person ARPG game. Players will explore the old tide in the vast Nornidia land, explore its secrets, challenge the threats in the underworld, experience different stories, and write their own epic tale of adventure. Project Relic is a brutal Souls-like action game from Korean development studio Project Cloud Games. In Unawake, you decide the fate of humanity amidst the turmoil of merciless wars between nightmarish creatures from heaven and hell. Deliver punishment or absolution to your opponents in this action-adventure as you fight them in intense first-person melee skirmishes. You are the Lost Bastion. Deathbound is a Souls-like action RPG set in a grim fantasy universe. Playing as a warrior, stuck within a bloody conflict between spiritual and scientific fractions, absorbing the abilities of other fallen warriors to use on the battlefield. Create legends in a time of unrest in Where Winds Meet is an interactive open-world game featuring action, adventure, and martial arts. As a swordsman, you must face the tough choices in a swordsman's destiny, as division and unrest are about to come to an end on the stage of the Northern Song Dynasty.